Waltham is a city in Middlesex County, Massachusetts, United States, and was an early center for the labor movement as well as a major contributor to the American Industrial Revolution. The original home of the Boston Manufacturing Company, the city was a prototype for 19th-century industrial city planning, spawning what became known as the Waltham-Lowell system of labor and production. The city is now a center for research and higher education, home to Brandeis University and Bentley University. The population was 60,636 at the census in 2010. Waltham is commonly referred to as Watch City because of its association with the watch industry. Waltham Watch Company opened its factory in Waltham in 1854 and was the first company to make watches on an assembly line. It won the gold medal in 1876 at the Philadelphia Centennial Exposition. The company produced over 35 million watches, clocks and instruments before it closed in 1957. Pronunciation. The name of the city is pronounced with the primary stress on the first syllable and a full vowel in the second syllable, WL-theta-AM, Waltham, though the name of the Waltham watch was pronounced with a reduced schwa in the second syllable, WL-theta-M, as most would pronounce in the British way, Waltham. When people came to work in the mills from Nova Scotia, the pronunciation evolved. The local version became a phonetic sounding to accommodate French speakers who could not pronounce in the British way. History. Waltham was first settled in 1634 as part of Watertown and was officially incorporated as a separate town in 1738. In the early 19th century, Francis Cabot Lowell and his friends and colleagues established in Waltham the Boston Manufacturing Company, the first integrated textile mill in the United States, with the goal of eliminating the problems of coordination, quality control, and shipping inherent in the subcontracting-based textile industry. The Waltham-Lowell system of production derives its name from the city and the founder of the mill. The city is home to a number of large estates, including Gore Place, a mansion built in 1806 for former Massachusetts Governor Christopher Gore, the Robert Treat Paine Estate, a residence designed by architect Henry Hobson Richardson and landscape architect Frederick Law Olmsted for philanthropist Robert Treat Paine, Jr., and the Lyman Estate, a 400-acre estate built in 1793 by Boston merchant Theodore Lyman. In 1857, the Waltham Model 1857 was a watch made by the American Watch Company in the city of Waltham, Massachusetts, in the United States of America. In the late 19th and early 20th century, Waltham was home to the brass-era automobile manufacturer Metz, where the first production motorcycle in the U.S. was built. Another first in Waltham industrial history involves the method to mass-produce the magnetron tube, invented by Percy Spencer at Raytheon. During World War II, the magnetron tube technology was applied to radar. Later, magnetron tubes were used as components in microwave ovens. Waltham was also the home of the Walter E. Fernald State School, the Western Hemisphere's oldest publicly funded institution serving people with developmental disabilities. The storied and controversial history of the institution has long been covered by local and at times national media. Geography. Waltham is located at 42.38056 degrees north, 71.2350 degrees west, 42.38056 minus 71.2350, about 11 miles northwest of downtown Boston, Massachusetts, and approximately 3 miles northwest of Boston's Brighton neighborhood. The city stretches along the Charles River and contains several dams. The dams were used to power textile mills and other endeavors in the early years of the industrial activity. According to the United States Census Bureau, the city has a total area of 13.6 square miles, of which 12.7 square miles is land and 0.9 square miles is water. Neighborhoods. Waltham has several neighborhoods or villages, including adjacent towns. It is bordered to the west by Weston and Lincoln, to the south by Newton, to the east by Belmont and Watertown, and to the north by Lexington. Demographics. As of the census in 2000, there were 59,226 people, 23,207 households, and 12,462 families in the city. The population density was 4,663.4 per square miles. There were 23,880 housing units at an average density of 1,880.3 per square mile. The racial makeup of the city was 82.98% white, 4.41% African American, 0.16% Native American, 7.29% Asian, 0.06% Pacific Islander, 3.20% from other races, and 1.89% from two or more races. Hispanic or Latino of any race were 8.49% of the population. There were 23,207 households, of which 20.3% included those under the age of 18, 41.3% were married couples living together, 8.9% were headed by a single mother, and 46.3% were non-families. 34.2% of all households were made up of individuals, and 10.0% had someone living alone who was 65 or older. The average household size was 2.29 and the average family size was 3.01. The age distribution is as follows: 15.5% under 18, 16.8% from 18 to 24, 34.4% from 25 to 44, 20.2% from 45 to 64, and 13.1% 65 or older. The median age was 34. For every 100 females, there were 97.2 males. For every 100 females 18 and over, there were 95.6 males. The median income for a household was $54,010, and the median income for a family was $64,595. These figures increased to $60,434 and $79,877, respectively, according to an estimate in 2007. Males had a median income of $42,324, as opposed to $33,931 for females. The per capita income was $26,364. 7% of the population and 3.6% of families lived below the poverty line. 4.8% of those under 18 and 8.4% of those 65 and older lived below the poverty line. Foreign-born residents. As of 2010, 24% of the residents were born outside of the United States. Many originated from Guatemala and India. Government. Waltham is governed by a mayor and a city council. The current mayor is Jeanette A. McCarthy. There are 15 members of the city council, each elected to 2-year terms in non-partisan elections. The current president of the city council is Robert J. Waddick. The city is in Massachusetts's 5th Congressional District and is currently represented in the United States House of Representatives by Catherine Clark. Waltham is also represented in the Massachusetts House of Representatives by State Representative John J. Lawn and State Representative Thomas M. Stanley, and in the Massachusetts Senate by Senator Michael Barrett. Fire Department. The city of Waltham is protected 24/7, 365 by the 153 full-time, paid firefighters of the City of Waltham Fire Department. Established in 1816, the Waltham Fire Department is currently organized into 3 divisions of operations: fire suppression, fire prevention, and training. The Fire Prevention and Training Divisions are each commanded by Deputy Chief. The Fire Suppression Division is commanded by Deputy Chief per shift or group. The WFD operates out of 6 fire stations located throughout the city, and operates a frontline fire apparatus fleet of 6 engines, 2 ladders, 1 squad, 1 rescue, 4 fireboats, 1 hazmat check-in unit, and 1 hazmat check-in trailer. The WFD also operates 2 reserve engines and 1 reserve ladder when frontline apparatus goes out of service for maintenance. The Waltham Fire Department currently responds to over 8,000 emergency calls annually. The current Chief of Department is Paul J. Ciccone. Fire station locations and apparatus. Below is a complete listing of all fire stations and fire company locations in the city of Waltham. Education. Public schools. The Waltham public school system includes 6 elementary schools, 2 middle schools, and 1 senior high school. Waltham High School sports teams had been referred to as the Watchmen and the Crimson, before they changed the name to the Hawks. Private schools. Higher education. Waltham is home to Bentley University, Brandeis University, Center for Digital Imaging Arts at Boston University. Economy. Among the companies based in Waltham are the defense contractor Raytheon, broker-dealer Commonwealth Financial Network, technology companies Care, Common Student Universe, Research and Development Organization Education Development Center, Inc., and the marketing firm Constant Contact. Retail activity is concentrated on Main Street, Moody Street, Lexington Street, River Street, parts of Route 60, and the First Avenue area. A new shopping complex called The Merc on Main Street was recently completed. New development has also been active at a former Polaroid site. Top employers. According to the city's 2013 Comprehensive Annual Financial Report, the top 10 non-city employers in the city are: transportation. Waltham is close to several U.S. interstate highways. Interstate 95, which is also Route 128, runs through the western part of the city. Exits in Waltham are 26, 27, and 28. Interstate 90, which is also the Massachusetts Turnpike, is just to the south in Newton, Massachusetts. Due to its proximity to the center of the Cambridge-Boston-Quincy metropolitan area, a number of state highways are within a few miles. The Mbta commuter rail has 2 stops in Waltham as part of the Fitchburg-Boston line, 1 in Central Square, Waltham across from the City Hall, and 1 near Brandeis University. Mbta bus service also covers the city, including Route 70, 78, 170, 505, 553, 554, 556 and 558. The Charles River runs through Waltham, and bike and walking paths cover most of the South Bank, as well as part of the North Bank from Prospect Street to Moody Street. Some commuters ride the path to offices in Cambridge and Boston. Media. Waltham is home to the Waltham News Tribune, a weekly paper which publishes each Friday, year-round. WCAC-TV provides local interest television programming. Waltham News sometimes appears in the Boston Globe's Globe West section, as well. The radio station 99.5, which specializes in classical music, has offices in Waltham on South Street. Culture. Waltham's combination of population, parks, public transit, stores, and trails gives it 62 walkability ranking on WalkScore.com. This is often reflected downtown and along the Charles River Walk, which is often crowded on summer nights by people fishing, jogging, or walking off a meal at one of the many restaurants. Moody Street in downtown Waltham offers its own brand of entertainment with a colorful assortment of shops, restaurants, and bars, including the Gaff, Outer Limits, Gourmet Pottery, and the Embassy Cinema. Moody Street's booming nightlife, convenience to the commuter rail, and lower rents have attracted younger professionals to Waltham in growing numbers in recent years. Moody Street is also referred to as Restaurant Row because of the number, variety, and quality of its restaurants. For over 25 years, the Waltham Arts Council has sponsored concerts on Waltham Common, featuring a different musical act each week of the summer, free of charge to attendees. Concerts on Waltham Common was created and organized by Stephen Kilgore until his death in 2004. Waltham's cultural life is enriched by the presence of two major universities and a number of arts organizations throughout the city. The city's history is also celebrated at a number of museums, monuments, and archives. The Charles River Museum of Industry, the Waltham Watch Factory Historic District, the Gore Estate, the Lyman Estate, and the Robert Treat Paine Estate are among the most well-known of the 109 sites in the city on the National Register of Historical Sites. Many festivals are held at these sites each year, such as the annual Sheep Shearing Festival at the Gore Estate. The National Archives and Records Administration Northeast Regional Branch is located in Waltham. The Waltham Public Library has extensive archives regarding the city's history. The Waltham Museum is devoted solely to the history of the city. Mark Gately is the only stakeholder left of the Waltham Museum. The Waltham Mills Artists Association is located in one of the former factories of the Boston Manufacturing Company. The WMAA Open Studios takes place each year on the first weekend of November. The 76 artists of the WMAA open the homes and studios to the public. Works of all media imaginable are demonstrated, displayed, and discussed. The Waltham Philharmonic Orchestra, a civic symphony of the Metro West area, began in 1985 under the direction of local musicians David J. Tierney and Harold W. McSwain, Jr., with almost 60 professional, semi-professional, and amateur musicians. The orchestra's mission is to provide the Waltham community with the opportunity to perform in and attend classical concerts of the highest quality. WPO musicians come from Waltham as well as from Boston and surrounding communities. The ensemble includes players of a wide range of ages and professions. There are 5 to 6 concerts throughout the season, including one that features the winner of the annual Youth Concerto competition, which provides opportunities for young musicians to perform solo works with the WPO. Annual concerts have included summer concerts on the Common and the December holiday pops. Waltham is home to the Waltham Symphony Orchestra, a high-level semi-professional civic orchestra. The 55-piece orchestra performs 5 concerts each season at the Kennedy Middle School Auditorium. Its music director is French-born American conductor Patrick Botti. Open space in the city is protected by the Waltham Land Trust. Waltham embraces its ethnic diversity in a number of festivals. The annual Latinos en Acción Festival celebrates the many Puerto Rican, Mexican, Peruvian, and Guatemalan residents. It is held by Latinos in Action, is a local non-profit group that helps the Latino population register to vote, understand the laws, and find scholarships. The festival includes a parade, music, food, and a beauty pageant. Waltham has in recent decades become a centre for Ugandan culture, with an estimated 1,500 Ugandans living in the city, leading some to call Waltham Little Kampala. The Ugandan North America Association is headquartered in Waltham, along with St. Peter's Church of Uganda, Boston, as well as Caribou, a well-regarded Ugandan eatery. Wilberforce Katrega, a Ugandan immigrant to Waltham, has since established Waltham College Uganda, a boarding school for over 300 orphans and children affected by AIDS. The school was named in honor of Katrega's new home city. Points of interest: Gore Place, Lyman Estate, Robert Treat Paine Estate, Charles River Museum of Industry, Prospect Hill, third highest point in the region, Charles River, Riverwalk on Moody St. Embassy Cinema, a warehouse, Rose Art Museum, Metropolitan State Hospital, Norimbaga Tower. Notable people: Aerosmith. During the 1970s, Boston area rock band Aerosmith had a studio in Waltham known as the Warehouse. Luther Atwood, an American chemist in the oil industry. Keith Aucoin, hockey forward on the New York Islanders. F. Lee Bailey, lawyer. Nathaniel Prentice Banks, Union General in the Civil War. 24th Governor of Massachusetts, Speaker of the United States House of Representatives. Mackenzie Bernardo, guard for the Dallas Cowboys of the National Football League. Suzanne Brockman, author. Annie Payson Called, author. Rob Chiarelli, Grammy Award winner. J.P. Dellacamera, play-by-play commentator of Major League Soccer for ABC and ESPN. Ryan Gallant, professional skateboarder. James N. Halleck, scientist, known for his work on the Columbia Accident Investigation Board. John Peabody Harrington, ethnologist and linguist. Abby Hoffman, born in Worcester, Massachusetts, best-selling author, radical political activist, founder of the Youth International Party. C.D. Howe, World War II and post-war Canadian politician, Waltham native. Gail Huff, television reporter for WCVB-TV and the wife of Scott Brown, a former U.S. Senator from Massachusetts. Dina Castor, Olympic bronze medal-winning marathon runner. John Leary, Major League Baseball first baseman and catcher for the St. Louis Browns. Jeff Lazaro, former Boston Bruins forward. Samuel Livermore, United States Senator from New Hampshire. Mel Lyman, musician, filmmaker, writer and founder of the Fort Hill community. John Lynch, Governor of New Hampshire. Tony Massarotti, Boston Globe sports writer and WBZ-FM radio host. Co-host of Fager and Maz radio show. Sean McEachin, Boston Bruins forward. Paul Moody, inventor, developer of cotton loom. Namesake of Moody Street in downtown Waltham. Angelo Mosca, a former Canadian Football League player and professional wrestler. Richard Thomas Nolan, Episcopal Church canon, writer, philosophy and religion professor, LGBT advocate. Dave Pino, member of the band Powerman 5000. Jared Remy, alleged murderer. Ida Anna Ryan, first woman to earn a master's degree in architecture. Evelyn Sears, U.S. Open champion. Fred Smolas, NFL defensive lineman with Buffalo Bills, San Francisco 49ers, and New England Patriots. Sockington, leader of Sox Army, first feline to surpass 500,000 Twitter followers. Carol Spinney, voice of Big Bird and Oscar the Grouch on Sesame Street. Antoine Walker, NBA All-Star forward, a former captain of the Boston Celtics. Gordon S. Wood, recipient of the 1993 Pulitzer Prize for History. Franz Wright, Pulitzer Prize-winning poet.